to sign a baby. Not a real baby, but a baby. It's named Jamal. I like how I'm just calling him at school. Here we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. I woke up in a bad mood today. Not happy. I am quite injured at the moment. Actually, really messed up my groin. Like really badly. I physically can't do any breaststroke kick. Like I need to take a full week off and just totally rest the groin. This motion is fine. This motion is a no-go. I've been upset because I've been limited and I hate being limited, and it reminded me of all the times that I've been injured, which really suck and I really understand. And we're gonna talk about that stuff in a little bit. Now, if you watched my last video, you'll know that the mile fly was one of the worst horrible Christmas training sets that I've done a few times, which is what I did today. I didn't go to the pool and train with the team today because of the injury. I can only swim a little bit, but I was like, all right, I can swim 2,000. So I did it here. So instead of doing a full mile straight, which wasn't gonna happen today, I did a butterfly set, 1,500 meters. It's right there. You saw me finishing it with the 12:25s fast. That's really like the only hard strokes I've taken. I feel better and more accomplished now that I've completed it. I have a handful of private swim lessons today in just a few hours, but before then, we are gonna hang out a little bit and talk. We are gonna talk about my stupid little injury, and more importantly, the mindset of overcoming these sometimes large obstacles. Let's go. Less than a week ago, I was playing football and soccer with a bunch of my friends. I felt some pain in my groin, and against my better judgment, I pushed through, kept playing, kept kicking balls really hard, and I really messed up this groin. This was 100% my fault. I should have known better. I do know better, but I screwed up. And because of that, this past week, my motivation to get out of bed, go train at the pool when I can only do maybe 50% of what I'm normally capable of, it's been nagging at me and really bothering me, and I felt like I'm in this slump. I've been in a bit of a slump. Until today. You see, this morning when I woke up, I got on my computer and I started sifting through all the emails that you all send me for swim clinics, private lessons, advice. I'm just gonna give you the cliff notes, but Dear Cody, this is from Rodrigo. I am a 15-year-old swimmer who started swimming 4 years ago because I found your vlogs on YouTube. That is amazing. Your positive energy and straightforward work ethic has pushed me through the years. Now I am experiencing a slump. And then he goes on to talk about the depression and some of the things that are happening in his life. And at the end he says, Cody, have you ever experienced a true slump where you didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel? Now we are going to head downstairs to my office and talk about this kind of stuff. Before we get into this, we're gonna take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Private Internet Access VPN. In today's world, everyone should be using a VPN, and PIA, Private Internet Access, is the world's most transparent VPN service. Not only does PIA hide your IP address, it also encrypts your entire connection. So this protects your information from everyone, your internet service providers, admins, hackers, government censors, all of those things. There is absolutely no data storing whatsoever, and with PIA, you get your own dedicated IP address for 100% anonymity, and it works with all major streaming service. You get access to everything. With their world-class servers, you can connect to 83 different countries and every single state in the United States. It's no wonder PIA has over 30 million downloads. Head to piavpn.com/Cody to get 82% off your VPN service. Plus, you get 4 free months with a 2-year plan, and that comes down to just about $2 a month. It's right there. The link is in the description box below. Check it out. This is what my basement has turned into, ladies and gentlemen, when you have 2 rambunctious children. We recently got a ball pit. It holds all kinds of those little balls that used to be in those play areas, and now they're all over my, this is the office. This is where me and Axel and Kato run around and play. I really need to clean this stuff up. Look at all of these balls, just everywhere. Man. Man, multiple times in my career, I mean, lots of times, I experienced very strong burnout due to mental issues, due to a lack of motivation, or due to injuries. I've had two very, very serious injuries in my swim career. Now, the one that I've talked publicly about before, and the worst one was my knee injury, when I seriously messed up my knee. I'm not gonna dive back into that, but when that happened, there was a real long 4 or 5 month period of time where I did not know if I was ever gonna be able to kick breaststroke again. The most difficult part was getting up out of bed every morning knowing that I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to do. I wasn't gonna be able to accomplish the goals that I had set at the end of that season. And that motivation to do things wasn't there, and I was unhappy. And it was just lingering in the back of my mind. And it just built up over time, and it got worse and worse, and the burnout got stronger and stronger. And I eventually climbed out of that hole the same way that I climbed out of the first really bad injury that I had, which I have not talked about much publicly. My sophomore year of college, going into that year, I had a really bad shoulder injury. I frayed this rotator cuff really badly, and it was my fault, and here's why. That year, I came off of a break, and I came back to training with Ray and my team, and my coaches, Ray specifically asked, have you done the recommended number of workouts over break to stay fit? What have you been doing? And I lied. I said, yes, I've trained. And I didn't. I didn't train at all. I took a bunch of time off. I didn't do the things I was told to do just to manage myself so that I was in a decent shape starting off again. And so I started off in a compromised position, and just a week after jumping into a training volume that I wasn't prepared for, I messed up this shoulder severely. And that was not my coach's fault for giving me a challenging set of workouts and a strong amount of volume in the pool. It was my fault for not communicating what I had done. I put myself in a compromised position, and I severely hurt myself. And after that injury, after I got it checked out and I knew that the rotator cuff was frayed, I was told, hey, you're not gonna be able to use this shoulder for a month. I'm gonna have to kick on a kickboard if I'm in the pool and just find ways to stay fit. And so for that month, I was miserable. I hated going to the pool. I was so unmotivated. I remember walking into practice just knowing that all I was gonna be able to do was kick on my back with my arms at my side, or put on a snorkel, eyes at the bottom of the pool, and just kick. And that takes all the fun out of everything, right? Because I was off on my own, pretty much doing these pity practices by myself, I got into a dark headspace, and I was thinking, like, is this something I wanna do? Like, do I even wanna do this? Like, why am I doing this? Which was similar to the feeling I had after I had messed up my knee later on. And here's how I got out of those two spaces, those two headspaces. The first step in climbing out of any kind of hole, especially when it's been brewing over a period of time, when it's just been in your mind and you've just let it fester, which is what I have done, is talking to someone. And that for me doesn't come easy, because I am a way more introverted person than I am extroverted. And I know a lot of people don't believe that when I tell them that, because I make videos, on YouTube where I'm talking to thousands and thousands of people, but really it's just me and this camera right now. You're just seeing this after the fact. It's just a switch that gets flipped. But I have a hard time communicating my thoughts, feelings, and emotions personally about myself. That's something that's tough, and I'm much more introverted. So talking about these things is difficult for me. But the first thing that started making me feel better, and the first thing that started changing my mindset, and then ultimately started spewing into all the other areas of my life, was finally discussing what was going on, like why I was feeling a certain way. So if you have an injury, if you are experiencing burnout, if you are having doubts, thoughts, questions, all those things, you have to talk to someone about it. And that should be to a person that you trust, have faith in, respect. It could be a coach, a teacher, a teammate, an experienced professional, someone. But step one is have the conversation. And that was the hardest part for me, was to have a conversation and to really talk about, like, I can't believe I'm feeling this way. Like, I've loved swimming my whole life, and now I'm in this position where, like, I don't feel it at all. Like, that's gone. Okay, like, you need to talk that through with someone and then come up with a game plan, because you can't put together the game plan to fix the situation or to course correct without getting to the root of it. And that starts with having that conversation. That's the best piece of advice I can give anyone. I get emails and questions when I do events and clinics from people all the time, like how do you deal with burnout? How do you deal with injuries? That's one of the most common questions that I get asked. And reading those emails this morning, as I just told you, that struck a chord with me because I've been pitying myself just the past few days because of this little injury, which will be fine. I know it will be fine. And then I read those emails, and then all of a sudden I had this visceral flashback of those moments in my life and everything that I went through, and then all the people that have asked me these kinds of questions and all the people that I try to talk to about this stuff. And it's like, man, get out of bed and go do some butterfly, right? Like, go do something. So that is what I felt compelled to talk to all of you about today. Sorry to get a little deep there, but that's just the reality of it. Guys, I've got quite a few exciting things on the horizon. I'm going to see Avatar 2 tonight in IMAX 3D with a bunch of my friends. Allie and I are so excited. Like, I can't wait. Christmas is finally almost here. It is my favorite holiday. And whatever holiday you celebrate this December, this winter season, I hope it's a good one. I hope that you are able to communicate with all of your loved ones, that you appreciate them and that you are grateful for them, that they are in your lives. So make sure you do that. You know, you don't necessarily have to give someone anything. Just let them know that they've made an impact on you, that you appreciate them, and that you're thankful. Because that, in my opinion, is the most important thing in the whole holiday spirit. The whole winter holiday season is about giving thanks and letting people know. And on that note, thank you all for watching. If you've made it through this far in this video, I appreciate it. If you've been a long-time subscriber or this is your first time clicking on my video, thank you. And I wish you a super happy holidays and a very Merry Christmas. Few things, we have merch on the merch store. This is one of our new tees. We've got the winter water drop line. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. If you'd like a personalized video from me to you or someone you know for this holiday season, I am on Cameo. If you'd like to book me for a swim clinic, fire me an email, CodyMillerShow@gmail.com, or personal swim training lessons. Got a few of those slots right there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that like button, share my videos. Thank you all so very much, and until my next video, I will see you all later.
Ooh.